Welcome to this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. This meeting is held in the Jackson County Courthouse Auditorium at 10 South Oakdale in Medford. This meeting is held every Wednesday morning at 9:30 as long as a quorum of 2 commissioners is available to conduct the business of Jackson County. Your Jackson County Commissioners broadcast this meeting over Rogue Valley Television, and it's available for live streaming and review at jacksoncountyor.gov. Under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming. The types of business that occur at this meeting include public hearings, official voting on actions by the Board of Commissioners, presentations by departments of the county, and recognition of service that makes our county great. Agendas of the meetings are posted on the Commissioners' Bulletin Board and released on the county website and through local media in the time required for public notice. Many of the conclusions on the business presented to the Board of Commissioners have been discussed in detail and prepared by the Administration Office and staff prior to consideration at this meeting and the official vote. These prior discussions also have been properly noticed and the work done in a transparent manner. We encourage you to come and experience the process by attending any of these meetings or watch online at jacksoncountyor.gov. And now, your Jackson County Commissioners, Dave Dodderer, Colleen Roberts, and Rick Dyer, working for you.
It's 9:30. We'll call to order the Board of Commissioners regular meeting for November 29th, 2023. We're in the Courthouse Auditorium and also on audio-video conference. And we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you stand and join us. So first up will be our request for and discussion of non-agenda items, a 5-minute limit pursuant to codified ordinances of Jackson County, section 213.06. Members of the public may address any item not on the agenda. However, pursuant to ORS 192.640, the Board of Commissioners is prohibited from discussing a principal subject that is not on the agenda. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners will listen to your concerns and may consider the matter you raise by asking staff to follow up on any questions or by placing the matter on the agenda for discussion at a future meeting. And so we have a sign-up sheet in the auditorium, and nobody has signed up, but if you would like to speak, you can still come to the podium and give your name and address for the record, or if you're online and wish to speak, just raise your Zoom hand and we will bring you into the meeting. Everybody has a Zoom hand these days, right?
Madam Chair, at this time I do not see anyone with their Zoom hand raised to speak.
And nobody in the auditorium. Oh yes, well, come on up. We appreciate you coming and meeting with us.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Hello, Commissioners. My name is Karen Schrader, 3805 Hillsinger Road, Phoenix. My concern today is something I heard from Senator Linthicum on the radio this morning. He is a plaintiff in 2 cases that are to be presented to the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit in December. He was notified by the appeals court that the Ninth Circuit Court would not hear their oral arguments. One case had stated the plaintiff would have 15 minutes for oral arguments. The other case had stated the plaintiff would have 20 minutes for oral arguments. Now there would be no arguments from the plaintiffs. This doesn't seem right to me. It appears to me that the Ninth Circuit Court has predetermined the outcome of both cases without hearing the arguments from the plaintiff. If you can direct me to whom I could contact to let the Ninth Circuit Court know about this lack of willingness to hear the plaintiff's arguments, I would appreciate it. Thank you for listening to my concerns and requests for direction.
Thank you, Karen. I have no clue. Joel, do you have any idea?
Well, I mean, generally the judges on the Court of Appeals really, if she wants to make a comment to them within the course of the case, she would need to then likely hire a lawyer. I can't provide legal advice, but really, the judges in the cases really only hear arguments from the parties to the case, and so there's an opportunity to be what's called an amicus. You can file an amicus brief, which is essentially a friend of the court brief, but that is again a process. Other than that, if she just wants to contact the judges, there's a Ninth Circuit website that should have the information as to who the court administrator is and or the judges are that would have some contact information. I can't say to what extent they would listen or consider what you had to say, but that would be the best way to get the contact information for the judges and the court administrator at that Ninth Circuit.
Guess we can always make our voices heard, right?
Yeah, I also did just hear you say, unless I heard incorrectly, that they're not hearing an argument. And they are still hearing an argument. They're just not allowing for oral arguments. So everything's going to be submitted by writing, and the court will review it. So they're still allowed to make an argument. They're just not going to be able to make it orally.
Anybody else in the auditorium or online?
Madam
Okay.
Chair, I still see no one with their Zoom hand raised to speak.
Thank you, Casey. Okay, so we'll move on to our consent calendar. We have minutes of meetings from our work session, the Board of Commissioners work session, November 7th, 2023, the Board of Commissioners regular meeting for November 8th, 2023, the Board of Commissioners staff meeting for November 9th, 2023.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar as read.
I'll second.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes. We have a couple items for discussion and deliberation. First of all is an order authorizing amendment number 1 to Jackson County Personal Services contract dated January 17th, 2023 with Stephen C. Mounts, PhD, and his MA behind his name. It's order number 257-23. Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, Madam Chair, members of the board, in this case, Stephen C. Mounts, PhD, MA, does currently provide sex offender treatment. This is to subsidy clients of the Jackson County Community Justice Department. He uses up-to-date, data-driven, evidence-based curriculum and treatment interventions that identify risk levels and targeted towards individual-specific criminogenic needs. Stephen C. Mounts also provides consultations regarding individual offenders to the Community Justice Department staff. In this case, the original term of the contract was February 1st of 2023 through January 31st of 2024. The amendment would extend that term from February 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2024. This results in the contract exceeding the 12 months that would then require authorization from the Board of the Commissioners. The amendment does not increase the original maximum amount of the contract, so it's not for more money. It's just to have more time for the original not to exceed amount of $85,000, and I do recommend your approval.
Move to approve order number 257-23.
I'll second.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes. The last item we have is an order authorizing a services agreement with Lines for Life. It's order number 258-23. Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, Madam Chair, members of the board, Oregon House Bill 2235, which was from the 2023 session, declared a behavioral health care workforce emergency. That is reflected in Jackson County by having a lack of qualified mental health professionals that can staff crisis services 24/7. Lines for Life, on behalf of Jackson County Mental Health, will offer a consistent, high-quality crisis call center 365 days a year from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Health and Human Services staff will be covering from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and that's Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time. To Jackson County citizens who are experiencing mental health crisis, term of the agreement's upon execution through June 30th of 2025, unless it's terminated earlier as provided for in the agreement. It's an estimated expense for the term of the contract of $81,000, and I do recommend your approval.
Okay. And I will move approval of order number 258-23.
And I'll second that.
Yeah, I think we certainly recognize the workforce emergency, but especially in mental health. And I think we would prefer to have our staff able to answer these calls, but we certainly need somebody there for when folks are in crisis.
Yeah, it just doubles our efforts, that's for sure, and impact.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes. And that does conclude our agenda, the last meeting of November. So I'll see you next month. Meeting adjourned.
We hope that you have enjoyed this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. If you have any questions on any part of the show, please feel free to contact your Jackson County Commissioners or staff. You can find their contact information at jacksoncountyor.gov. To review the content of this or any other recent meeting, under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming.